Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to this particular session. This is the live session, live trading session. So, welcome. You can put some comments in the screen so that you can be able to see whether I am audible. You can put some comments. I want to see whether I'm audible. Please confirm that indeed I'm audible. Confirm that indeed I'm audible. Am I audible? Someone please chat. All right. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Francis. I can see you there. Thank you. So, welcome to this particular session. This is the live market analysis. Oh, great. Taderi, I can see you all the way from Nigeria. Kimama, I can see you. Moses, loud and clear. You're audible. All right. Thank you, guys. So, welcome to this particular session. My name is Timothy Carrier, research and market analyst here at Scope Markets Kenya. And welcome so much. But this is not a Scope Markets event. I'm just doing this to be able to give us some insights in terms of what we need to look at, right? So someone is also already asking, what about gold? What about gold? Right. So what about gold? We'll be looking at that. What about gold? But welcome so much. Welcome to this particular session. We shall look about what about gold. Okay. So let's see what about gold. There I think my charts are clear. All right, my charts are clear. So I believe you can be able to see my charts very clear. So looking at these, I think this was yesterday's trade. We shared these. Someone has said that this level has already been tested during the London session, but it's not tested. This level is a significant one when it comes to those entries. And what I will want to clarify is that you see this is a BOS here, then this is an order block, and you can see the first time the price came to retest here, and then we saw the price push all the way up to this particular point, okay, all the way up to this particular level, actually more than I think 300 pips also, or more than 300 pips, okay. But for me, I was just looking at this particular setup here, just 1:2R, about 134 pips thereabout, because this is 1:2R, okay. So, and I remember this when everything in the market was moving on the downside, and everyone was very afraid about that, right? So, what's about gold today? So, I'm looking at this particular point, okay, I'm looking at this particular level, this particular point. Let's see whether the price is going to retrace to this level again. Remember, it touched this level at 0145. That is not during the kill zone. So I'm looking at a scenario whereby in case it taps this level again, we're gonna probably try some buys here. And what I might advise here is that remember, risk management is paramount. Team is not 100% correct in the markets. I also hit some stop losses. So in case we're going to take some trades, make sure that proper risk management carries you through all the time. You're the one who knows what you have in your account. I always say if you have less than $500 in your account, don't touch gold. So don't be greedy. You just need to manage what you have. It's not a guarantee that it's gonna hit the profit. You know, the reason I'm saying that is that when I began trading, can see you, excellence, welcome. When I began trading, I was in so many mentorship group, and in this mentorship group, actually, this can target the highs here. These Asian liquidities here. That's where we have the Asian high. I was in so many mentorship groups, right? I was in so many mentorship groups, and in those mentorship group, I would always believe what the mentor said. So I thought when the mentor tells me buy, that I looked at them being 100% perfect. Okay, so don't ignore the aspect of risk management. I'm not perfect, guys, right? I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect in the financial market. So proper risk management is significant, right? Proper risk management is what is going to keep you in the markets, right? That is what is going to make you survive, to have longevity in the financial markets, right? So that's for that. The reason I was looking around this level is where we have 1:2R. All right, so that's why I was looking at some levels here, but still, since we can still probably project the price pushing all the way to this particular level, but of course, taking partials, right? Taking partials, you make sure that you take partials. Okay, so should I buy gold? Let's wait and see, because it has already pushed up. Let's wait and see whether it's going to come back to this level, or probably we wait for another structure, right? We wait for another structure, because from this point already it's about 51 pips, so it means your level of stop loss might be very big, very huge. So just be patient, and we see what the price is going to give us. Remember, overall we have been seeing the price consolidate. The price of gold has been consolidating. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame so that you can see this has been the consolidation level, where the price has been consolidating from this particular point. Okay, so pushing down, pushing up. So let's monitor. And this kind of consolidation, what I'm anticipating is a breakout on the upper direction, because this is a chart pattern that has proven to be high probability. Most of the times, that's what unfolds. Okay, so let's see what transpires there. So looking at these, let me see that that's about 206. So 103, where is 103? About there. Okay, so 103 is about that point, right? And that's the place where partials are being taken, right? Let me not call it TP1. Let me say take partials, right? Take partials. Okay, take partials, and then our final level is the zone here, the TP around this particular point, ladies and gentlemen, right? I love you so much, guys. You have really given me a lot of support, even in this channel. This far I couldn't make it alone without you guys. So yeah, Airborne, glad to be here. Thank you so much. I'm glad also you are here. Thank you so much, guys. Let's see what really unfolds. So yeah. I think seems like it's not gonna come back again to this level. The moment we take partials, then that setup will be like more of done with it. So coming again here will not be like a high probability, right? So sorry that it had to unfold when we were beginning the session, and I know majority could have not gotten it right. So let's see what transpires. Already in those trades. See, I don't know whether you can see my screen. Something counting there, right? So about to take partials. Let's see what really unfolds. It was a setup that had just unfolded immediately, right? Immediately in the session. So, but we still, I'm sure we are going to get some more. Airborne is Mike Masharia. Wow, Mike Masharia, you are here. Great. You call yourself Airborne Crash Shot. Airborne, right? So welcome, Mike Masharia. So let's I know not everybody trades gold. Let's begin by looking at the DXY, even as we wait to see what unfolds on that. So this is the dollar index, and you see the first thing you come and you see we have a breakout from this particular level, right? So we had been really looking at the price breaking above that level, and then maybe probably being able to push prices more way up. And we have already witnessed that breakout. So what next, coach? That is the question you guys will ask me. So that is, you have seen the price come to this level, right? So we might be able to see some push on the upper direction. Okay, we might be able to see some push on the upper direction. But what I want to focus on mostly is on the 4-hour time frame, because this is where we begin by drawing our zones, right? So of course, here we can see that very fine BOS, meaning that the price can come back again to retest this breakout and being able to push to some points around that particular level. So this kind of a setup, right? This kind of a setup, that's what I'm anticipating probably to see on the DXY. Okay. So maybe price coming and rejecting from that point, and then now we see the price push to the upper direction. I know we don't trade DXY, but I'm just marking these for the guidance. Okay. So for for gold partials, I think it's time to take the partials. It's time to take partials already. This was I have so many setups on this, so this is where we had our partials, but the one I had marked is here. So it's time to take partials, right? If anybody had entered maybe probably at this particular point, I thought for the second retrace, I was waiting for the price maybe probably to push up, come back to this level, but now it's like we already gone, right? It's like we already gone. Let me take partials. I don't preach water and take wine, guys. I don't preach water and take wine, right? So I do what I preach. I do what I preach. So I'll close a quarter of my position right now, right away. Yup. Profit booked. Stop loss at break even. Profit booked. Stop loss at break even. Yep. So let's wait and see what unfolds there. Okay. I'm sure we're gonna get some more. We're gonna get some more. We're gonna get some more. So yeah, let's monitor that, right? So that's being a risk-free trade, and you can see exactly what the price is doing, pushing the prices higher, right? So like I've always said, it's all about a price and time theory. If you want to really succeed on ICT, the price is pushing up during the London kill zone, the opening of the London kill zone, and all of a sudden we see price push on the upper direction. Okay, so right now what we have is a very risk-free trade. So let me delete this. Now I changed these two. Partials taken, right? So that anybody who comes understand that partials have already been taken. So, and our stop loss is at break even, right? SL at break even. Okay, SL at break even. I think I can increase the font. Where do we increase the font? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where do we increase the font? I don't even know where we increase the font, but nevertheless, I even don't know where we increase the font. But anyway, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So again, guys, just want to show you, even if someone, at least you are alert in the markets, again, you realize that this is what gold had done here. All right. So we have that. Then now we see the price coming all the way up to this level. What do we have here? An OB. Okay. We have an OB there. So again, even someone who sold this was really quite a drop, right? It was really quite a drop, And the reason why I was really focusing around this level is because if you see this point, this is the Asian high. So let me delete this so that you can see this is the Asian high. All right. So, and we have where the price had opened at around that particular point. So the price being unable, I mean, the price, what I'm looking at now for more precise trading direction, um, to increase I mean, for more to be able to get more precise direction, we have to see whether the price is going to take out the Asian high, that is the Asian range, and then now we might get another opportunity if the price retraces on the downside. And chances are that the way price is moving, you can see how price is shooting up very abruptly. It's not by design, right? This is not by design. The price is not moving randomly, and so it's creating a lot of void here in balance. So if it pushes up, takes out the Asian highs, right, and then now retraces, we'll still be able to get another opportunity. And nevertheless, it will be something that we might really want to be patient more about, because if you look at this candle that is looking at like the probable order block here, it's a very huge one, about 100 pips, right? Unless now we wait until the mean threshold of that particular candlestick. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this. Yesterday, if you look, because you usually look at the past to be able to understand the future. So if you look at what happened here yesterday, why was I confident of buying here? And I remember that time we were in a session and the price was really pushing harder on the downside, reacting to some positive news about and about it was unemployment claims, and the price was really pushing up. But despite the selling, I took some buys. Despite how the price was pushing, I took some buys. If you look here, this is what happened here, and this gave me a lot of confidence that the price will still push up, because here we had liquidity being taken out, and the way the liquidities were taken out here, it was more of how do I call it? It was more of not sweep but run on liquidity. The bodies of the candlesticks closed above this level, right? Even on the 15 minutes time frame, the bodies of the candlestick closed above the Asian high. That gives us the direction, or the bias that the price is likely to do what? To reverse and continue pushing on the bearish side. Okay, so when we have this kind of a situation, higher chances, for instance here, higher chances, this one really suggests that the price is likely to reverse and continue pushing on the downside. Okay, so but when we have, these are liquidity sweep, but when we have a run on liquidity like this one, so I was very confident that once the price comes to this level, right, once the price comes to this level, therefore it's likely to push on the upper direction. Okay, so that is very important. JDL, I can see you. I think 2026 umesema tu kwe chini ya maji. You want to be silent 2026. Utaki makelele. All right, why not put a sell into profits? It's already in profit. Not no, it's already at break even. If you want, you can put it at take profit, at some profit. You can lock in some profits. But for me, when I close, because I closed about a third of my position, I'm not sure whether these are visible. I closed about a third of my position. I had a 0.2 lot. Right now, you can see it's about 0.1. Right. Think next time I will improve and have my MetaTrader on my screen. Only that for now I had some issues with the space, so in my laptop I have to buy an what do you call it, hardware that I can, a disk that I can be able to enlarge more space. So next time I'll look into that. Yes, you can be able to put it in profits if you want, but again, remember, gold is very volatile, so sometimes you might put it very close and then it comes, hit your stop loss and goes away, and goes to your goes all the way to your to the TP. So I'm more used of putting it at break even, taking partials, putting it at break even, right? But still, I understand what you're saying, Mike. You can be able to do that, right? Someone told me I can increase the font size on the settings. I don't know. Yeah. Think that font size is okay. right. So um, I don't know why it's not giving me the font size that I really wanna use. Um, Anyway, no problem. But you all can see what I'm doing here, right? That's the big deal. That's the big deal. Okay. So we monitor that. Let's look at some few currencies. We have looked at the DXY. I think we have looked at the DXY. So let's look at some few currencies here. Though I don't take trades on currencies, but probably those who trade currencies, they're gonna be informed accordingly. So this is a Euro USD. This was yesterday's push during the news, and the price was able to create this engulfing, bearish engulfing. I know the swing, like the minute they have some trades here, and I believe you are looking to some levels around this point. Because for me, I would look at some levels around some taking profits around this level, because here we have the BOS on the daily time frame. The price might come back to this level, then we see some pushes on the downside. I mean, some reactions from this particular point. So Zoe Jehovah, hi, how are you? All right, so that's what I might be looking at, the price coming all the way to this level. On the 4-hour time frame, still these levels suffice, so we can basically have that. That is Euro USD. That's our OB level there. See that last candle here, and now what we are seeing here is some a bit of price consolidation. And this is the price having taken out this key level, right? So you see how we are narrowing down to this. Okay, so meaning that the price, we can have some sells here in this level, because this is a breaker block, right? That has been tested here, right? Let me show you. Let me make it simpler for you. When I mean it simpler for you, so look at this particular point here. We have that BOS at that particular point. Okay, so and once we have that BOS, so what we can be able to see from this particular point is that this was an OB here, and the price came and respected. So someone who was looking at some buying opportunities, I think this was a key level. Right, this was a really key level to look at some buys, and you can see the price came all the way to that particular point, about 1:5, about 1:5 R, right? About 1:5 R. So this is a Euro USD, and by there you can put the pairs that you really want me to look at. I know I might lean so much on gold, but if you have any pair that you want me to look at for you, we can look at that. So this was a setup that has already materialized. I'm just showing you these setups, how you look for setups, because you are live trading come analysis, right? So that was a very nice setup. That's how you eyeball your setups. Okay, even if you don't want to get 5R, I mean that you can look at it even coming to this level, because we have a bearish engulfing at this particular point. So maybe you could be looking at the price coming to that level, still very profitable, 1:3.4R, right? And now that we have seen the price breaking above that, so where we are here is a place, now this is the breaker block. So this is the place to look at some potential selling opportunities, right? So for those who are not in these trades, this is a key level to look at these kind of an entry here, and targeting the price now to push to this level. For me, that's how I'll position myself, right? About 1:1:5.75R, right? 1:5.7R. Okay, so like I said again, risk management is very important. Don't assume that a team knows everything. I'm not an angel, right? I'm not an angel. I don't know what is going to unfold. The key thing is to make sure that you maintain your trading pattern, your trading profile, or your trading plan, basically in terms of being in a position to be able to get some high, I mean, you being in a position to maintain your trading routine or your trading plan. And the key thing, like we said, remember we said we are stewards. Whatever amount of money you have in your account, whether $20, whether $1,000, just remember before you execute a trade that you are a steward, right? You are a steward. That is not yours. The Bible says everything belongs to God in heaven, on earth, and beneath the earth, right? So that's what the scripture says. That's what the scripture says. And I can't really remember the verse, the book, the verse, but that's what the scripture says. Let me give you the book and the verse. I had bookmarked that because it's important, guys. And forgive me if you're a Muslim. Anyway, we worship the same God, right? Whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, we worship the same God. The only difference comes when we talk about Jesus and they talk about Allah, right? So let me get you that verse. I'd bookmarked it here. Because I want us to, even as you're trading these 2026, what I'm looking at is has been in a point whereby we are aligned. Even as we trade, we are financially aligned. Our minds are aligned according to what God anticipates us to do. Because I believe this is going to be a great year, only and only if we do the right thing. Where is that? Evans, you can help me. Know you are a man of faith. I can attest on that. I can bank on you. And can help me also get some of that scripture. I think is in that says Psalms. I think it is in Psalms. Just a moment, guys. Don't be so much anxious about that. Psalms 24. Psalms 24. We are coming to silver, Njuguna Margaret. I'm coming to silver. Let me first of all align some minds here, right? Yes, Psalms 24, verse number 1, right? Psalms 24, verse number 1. Okay, it says that the earth is the Lord's and all its fullness, and the world and those who dwell therein. Okay, there is also another one that says, um, he says, for he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the water. So basically, there's also another one that says, whatever is on the earth, the heavens, and also under the seas. All right, so make sure that even when you trade this, the reason I'm mentioning this is because this is where we borrow the principles of because the first thing, if you want to really, like for instance, align yourself financially, you have to understand that what you have belongs to God. And the reason I was mentioning that is because whatever we have in our accounts here, whatever you have deposited, it's not yours. Because the moment you tend to think it's yours, then you might not be able to manage it effectively. So make sure that you're a good steward and you're able to manage what you have effectively, proper risk management. Because if you bend the rules, even God cannot bless you. Those are financial nuggets, kingdom financial nuggets, right? They apply even in forex, in investing, and all that stuff. So that's what we are waiting. So in case the price pulls back to this level, guys, we might look for some opportunities. That is Euro USD. So let's go to silver. Let's go to silver. You can see GJ as well. I'm coming there. So this is a silver, right? This is a silver. And on the daily time frame, silver, we actually bullish. You can see this rejection candlestick, very nice, right? Yesterday's rejection candlestick, it was a very nice one, showing rejection of sellers. But on the daily time frame, you have to understand that these are level that in case silver comes here on the daily time frame, therefore we'll be looking for buying opportunities. That is the daily level. So we come to the 4-hour level, and in the 4-hour level, this is where we had an opportunity to take the trades yesterday. So that is the 4-hour level, because we have these nice BOS there. So the price coming to that point and targeting the price probably to create an all-time high, because that's the all-time high here. So we are probably looking at where the price can come, push up, and take another all-time high. So on the 4-hour time frame, this is the point that probably those who trade I think they were able to take some positions here yesterday. Those who look at silver, I personally don't like silver because of the high um the pip value, not the pip value, but the spread. Sometimes they can be crazy. So that kind of a setup, already this should have been taken yesterday, not today, because the prices already came to this level. It was a key level. Even on the 1 hour time frame, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is a level on the 1 hour time frame. The price has already come to that level, and the reason why we are seeing these kind of pushes here is because if you look at it again, because the price will always react on these levels, right? So this is a BOS, right? So this is an OB. We can all agree that. So price coming to this level, then a drop, right? Price coming to this level, then a drop. Quite some good number of pips, okay? Quite some good number of pips here, okay? About 275 pips drop, right? Now the price is gaining some momentum to push higher. Look at this. Here we have a BOS. Then the price comes. This is the OB, right? It's quite a big one. But remember, we are on the 1 hour time frame. We can push on the downside and try to refine our entries. So those two lines signify the OB. Then we just go straight to the lower time frames. So then we can have something like this here. These are being the order block, right? That's being the order block. So you can delete that. Remember, you're trying to look for a way to get an entry. And you can see now, this is the bigger picture. Let me push this aside because this is the bigger level. The entry on the 4 hour time frame, you understand what I'm talking about, where we are expecting the price to go, right? So this was yesterday's entry here. But now look at this. The price already came here during the New York kill zone, I mean the Asian kill zone 2130, and we are seeing the price push from this order block. Okay, so what are we really looking at? When I come to the 15 minutes time frame, again, also I'm able to look at these kind of setup here. We have that, the BOS there, and then we have the price pushing all the way down to some levels here, right? We have the price pushing all the way down to some levels here. Okay, so actually this point, because I'm looking at this price creating a BOS there and price coming back again to this OB, and therefore we are looking at the price pushing up, right? So this could have been a very nice entry for silver, but because the price has already pushed up, what we can wait and look at is let me delete this 4 hour level, right? So we have that. Okay, so we have these Asian highs. So for me, I'll really watch how the price, first of all, will have to do on the Asian highs. This is where we have the Asian lows. Okay, this concept of the Asian highs and the Asian lows are very important. Okay, they are very important because the price will always pull to the areas of liquidity, right? The price will always go to the areas of liquidity. So the reason why we are really marking these levels, right? So in the 5 minutes time frame, this is where the OB is on the 5. Remember, here was the 50 minutes OB. So what this insinuates, because you can see the kind of structure, the kind of pushes that are happening around this particular level. The price came here but was not able to do that, to take out the Asian liquidities. So what we might be able to see is the price come, take out the liquidities. All right, we might be able to see the price push up. Okay, take out the liquidities, then give us a pullback to the OB, because this candle will be an OB in case we have a BOS here, right? In case we have a BOS here, this candle will be an OB. So the price can still come to that level again, and then we see a push on the upper direction, right? Looking for some buying opportunities. So that's what we should be able to monitor, right? That's what we should be able to monitor, or we should be able to watch out for. Okay, so that's silver. Then let's look at GJ. Let's look at GJ. Mhm. So before we look at GJ, let's look at this Japanese yen. All right. So you can see the Japanese yen. Remember, we had looked at a potential of the price retracing to this particular level, right? This is where we had a breakout. If you go to 1 hour time frame, you realize that this was a resistant level, which was broken, and the price coming to test that. So, but for me, I'm looking at the price coming to the OB, right? The OB. So we are still bearish. What we have here is more of a retracement, right? What we have here is more of a retracement. So anticipating the price to come to some levels here, right? These levels there, and then now maybe probably we see a push on the downside. Okay, we see a push on the downside. But when it breaks this level, we'll be talking about some bullishness. Why? Because what you can see here, this is a drop, this is a base, and then we have a drop, right? So I'm just trying even to relate with the supply and demand. Initially I used to trade supply and demand before I shifted to the supply to the ICT. So I know also supply and demand. So then the price will come back to this level. So this will be a mid demand, I mean mid supply level, where we anticipate the price to push on the downside from this particular zone, right? So, but in case that level is broken, then we'll be talking about the chances of the price even pushing higher. Okay. So you're still bearish. What we have now is a retracement. So now let's go to GJ and then we look at UJ. So when you look at GJ, what we want splitting is now we are seeing JPY basket, Japanese basket, trying to gain some strength, but understand that trend is just a pullback. We have not really confirmed yet a shift of market structure or such kind of a thing. We have not been able to confirm that. So you can see the rejection of candlesticks from this level. Let me show you well. This is the 1 hour time frame, right? This is the 1 hour time frame. We see this bearish candlestick. Then we see the price push to this level, right? Coming back to this level. So what it means is that this is the level that you are looking at in terms of. Let me show you. Show you quickly how I validate these levels. So we have that. Okay. So from this high to this low, where the price has been able to retrace, we have this level. It came all the way to this level. So this entry was really solid, all a good one around this particular level, right? Because this is where we have the premium, all right, and we sell on premium. Okay, we sell on premium, right? Right. So we have that. So anticipating the price to come all the way down to this particular level, right? So that's what I'll be looking at for GJ. So let me delete this. You understand my argument now? See how I've been able to see this. This is where we have also, for those who do the break, the, what do we call them? For those who do the for those who do the fair value gaps, right? So you can have even your TP around your stop loss around that particular point, because these two is a level that the price is likely to come to and react. So that's an entry, right? But the price is already far from the entry with about 28 pips or so. But in case the price retraces back to this level, then we are going to look at some more selling opportunities. Okay, right? So if it retraces to this level, we are going to look at some selling opportunities, right? Just give me 1 minute. Sorry about that. I was just trying to handle some things here. So this is what I'm anticipating, the price to come all the way down to this level. Okay. So remember, I'm not looking at it long term, because what we have with the Japanese basket, we are looking at the price doing what? It's on a retracement, right? So therefore, I'm anticipating this one to come to that particular particular level. Okay, so if you come to the 15 minutes time frame, same stuff. All right, same stuff. Of course, the first point of interest that you want to have is this level here. Okay, so if you're in this trade, that is depending on what we had discussed yesterday. So you want to see the price come to this level, and then now push. You take some partials, give us a BOS, and then speed the price to come to this point. This is about 1 is to 3.44 R, right? 1 is to 3.44 R. Okay, so just give me a moment. 1 minute. 1 minute. I can see you. Right, so I'm back. So that's what we be looking at, right? So I'm anticipating the price to push on the downside. I can see someone else talking about UJ. So let's see UJ. So for UJ, I think let me go to one. Is it 1 of our time frame? We had talked. This is what we had talked about UJ. So we had talked about the price coming to this level, pushing up. So we saw the price push up. Think from this level yesterday. We saw the price push up to about around 76 pips, and then now we saw that our goal was the price coming to this level. I think on the 1 hour time frame we are looking at this opposing a breaker block, right? But now look at what is happening here. So this might it's not again invalid, it's not valid, right? The reason why you always need to take partials and put stop loss at break even. Can see now that one reversing. So the moment we see a break below this level, then we go with this setup here, right? So I want to see something like this. I want to see something like this, and then now I see something like that. All right, so a retest of the same, and then like that. Remember now this level, we will adjust this level once we see some price come. Once we see how the price is going to break from this level, we are going to adjust our stop loss and everything. Okay, so just 1 minute. All right, so that's what I'm trying to view. All right, that's what I'm trying to anticipate. So once it breaks below here, we see a retest, and then now we'll be seeing the price push all the way down to this particular level. Okay, so that's my view for UJ. Let's see what's really is going to unfold in that perspective. Okay, so how do you mark the key levels, and have you already looked at Euro USD? Yes, I've already looked at Euro USD. Remember, for Euro USD, I said I'm looking at the price coming to these particular levels. For me, I marked it this being a breaker block, right? These are being a breaker block. This being an order block. So I said for those who are trading probably on Friday, on Monday, this was a good entry to buy here because this was an order block because of these BOS. But now the price has come and broken below that order block. And therefore, I said when the price comes back to this level, right, once we have the break, this was the retest. So this could be a very nice place to have your entries. Can see something like that. It was exactly at some slightly higher to the premium level, which is a good selling point. So then now I'm anticipating the price to push all the way down to this level quickly. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. And the reason why I said this level is because for me here, that's where we have an OB. Right here, that's where I have an order block because of this BOS. So the price is likely to react on this level, and that's why I'll be looking at taking some partial profit. How I mark the levels depends on so many factors. Mine, number one, I usually look first of all where the liquidity is. Number two, then I mark the OBs, right? Then I mark the order block, and once I mark the order block, I'm able now to mark my levels using the OBs, right? So, and of course, we said when an OB is violated, like in this case, it was respected, then later on violated. So it turns out to be a breaker block. So you can still use it to take some entries, right? So that's what we had said about Euro USD. Timo, can this Asian high-low strategy work on currencies as well? Yeah, it can still work on currencies. It can still work on currencies. Okay, so let me show you some examples. All right, let me show you some examples. Let me show you some examples. All right, let me show you. But remember, like we said, it will not. I mean, these strategies are not static. They will not happen like if you're using that strategy, you're not going to get entries Monday to Monday or Monday to Friday. No, you find that maybe Monday, Tuesday, Thursday you get an entry, right? And there are some days that you're not going to get an entry. So see this one. This is the high, Asian high. This is the Asian low. I'm going to show you only this one, and then the rest one you're going to back test, because the more you back test, the more you'll understand. So we have that. So the price taking out the Asian lows, and see how we are bearish that particular day. So the price actually comes to this OB, right? So because here we have even looking here, we have a BOS. This itself created a BOS because these are liquidities here, created a BOS. So then it comes back again to the area of the order block, right? And there you have your very nice sell entry. Okay, so you have your very nice sell entry. From that point, this point, you have your stop loss here. Okay, you have your stop loss there, and then you target maybe probably even these liquidities here. Okay, you target these liquidities here, and you can see that was a nice setup, right? Price coming all the way to those liquidity levels. Okay, that was a very nice setup, about 1:4R, right? 1:4R. So yes, it still works on currencies, the Asian highs and the Asian highs and lows. That strategy itself is called the Asian breakout, right? It's called I mean the London breakout. So it's called the London breakout. Okay, it's called the London breakout strategy. So just go back test, look at it, right? So let me give you the second one here. So you can see Asian high, Asian low. So price begins by taking out the Asian high, all right, at the Asian low, and then during the London session we get an entry. The price comes to this OB, all right, it comes to that OB, we get an entry. Nevertheless, maybe if you didn't take that, price still comes here during the Asian kills, the New York kill zone. It comes now again to this upper OB, this one. You see this upper OB there, that upper order block, right? You can even use the entire of that candle because this is the one that gave us the longest week, right? So we can even work with that. So the price comes there, and then now what will you be targeting? You'll be targeting these lows here. That is the London lows, okay? And you can see the price came to that, right? So these are very powerful strategy that you don't want to ignore. I usually combine it with ICT. So once I see that, I now wait for the price to retrace, because this is how the price works, guys. All right. So you can see about 1:3R, right? 1:3R, and that's about 20 something pips, 23 pips thereabout, which is good. So this is how the price works. The moment you see liquidity is being swept or being a run on liquidity, expect a pullback. So, and that is mostly the displacement now. And then now you look at your key point of interest, and you're able to really get a very nice entry. Okay, so NZD USD Wenani Nyongesa. I now know your name, Hillary Wenani Nyongesa. Can call the three names. NZD USD, NZD USD. Well, there are some pairs I've never looked at. It's been long. 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 Okay. So before we come to NZD, let's see what's happening. Our gold setup still pushing higher, right? Still pushing higher. I think this is why we had marked that. So still pushing higher. Those who have joined us late, partials have already been taken here. SL is already at break-even, right? So SL is already at break-even. So we are targeting about 206 pips, right? That's where we are looking at the price coming to that particular level, okay? So we are running those trades. You can see this is the MetaTrader 5, right? You can see the trades, partials taken out, those trades running, and all that stuff. You can see it there for yourself. So I said next time when I come for a live trading session, I'll make sure that I have my MetaTrader 5 on the laptop. For now, I had issues about space, all right? So I'll work on that so that you can be able to see what I am really talking about. Let me show you. I believe that way you can be able to see. So these are the gold buys. You can see I'm in those buys. You can see a buy there. All right, so we're in those buys. You can see we are in those buys. We're in those buys. All right, we're in those buys. So just making sure that I'm not here to tell you to buy when I'm not buying. Right, I'm not here to tell you to buy when I'm not buying. All right, so okay, so that's what we have there. That's what we have. This is gold, Prince. I think you came a bit late. We already have some setups there on gold, right? We already have that setup running there on gold. So, but let's first of all go because you cannot look at another setup when you still have a setup running. So let's first of all look at NZD USD. So NZD allow me to begin on the higher time frames because honestly, it's long since I looked at this pair. It's been long, man. It's been long, man. I think since Geoffrey came on board. Initially, before Geoffrey, I used to look like most to trade to analyze some of all these pairs, but now Geoffrey came on board, and yeah, he really helped so much in the with these pairs. Okay. See what we have there. And when you're drawing this line, by the way, you shouldn't struggle. If you find yourself struggling to draw the trend lines and that stuff, no, probably you're not doing it well, right? So monthly, what does the monthly tell us? Okay, so when you look at the monthly, we're able to understand this. This is where we have the liquidity, the previous monthly high, and this is where we have the previous monthly low, right? So look at this. The low of this candlestick is, let me push this side. The low of this candlestick is 0.57111. The low of this other one is 0.57112, meaning that the liquidity has not been taken out. Okay, so let me ask you a very simple question. In that kind of a scenario, we have 1 pip to the Asian to the low being taken out, the previous monthly lows being taken out, and we have about we had about 45 pips thereabout for the monthly high to be taken out. So in simple question, my question is this. My question is this: which direction do you think the price is likely to take out liquidities first, the monthly low or the monthly highs, right? So that is the question you need to ask yourself. Now come on here, right? So when you come on this particular time frame, this is remember, this is the monthly, All right, so here it created some almost equal low. This is the monthly low. It created some almost equal lows, and here we have this. So where is the price likely to go again, guys? Right, low hanging fruit, price goes where it's closest. Right. So Rita, thank you very much. I can see you're becoming a good student. So here I'll be looking at the price coming to take out this liquidity first, and look at what is below the liquidity. What can you see below the liquidity? Right, engulfing. Okay, so it can take out these equal highs and then come all the way to this particular point before we see maybe a push up. Right, again, look at this kind of a scenario. Let's even go to the daily time frame. We are ironing this out completely. Right, so this is the daily time frame. Okay, this is the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we have that level there. Right, so here, all right, so we have this one here. Okay, so we have that kind of a scenario there. Okay, so let's go. So when you look at this, what we have here, we are seeing a change of character. The price was bearish, right? We are seeing a change of character. So with that change of character, the price has already pushed up. All right, it has already pushed up, and it came all the way to this level. Okay, that's an engulfing. That's an order block. All right, and then now aligning with this trend line, and then now we see the price started to displace on the downside. Okay, so what I can really look at here, there is the possibility of the price coming to this point. All right, so let me draw a line like that. So there is a possibility of the price coming to this particular point. Okay, so because I'm looking at this likely to play the same, all right, this push here likely being there to play the same out here. So but now let's go on the 4-hour time frame. Now we start marking our zones, right? So on the 4-hour time frame, we mark our zones. So we are bearish here on the 4-hour time frame. We have that level, right? So with that level, we also have this particular level here. That is the BOS. Then we see this particular order block there. Price coming to that order block, pushing on the downside. Where are we anticipating the price to push to the downside to? This particular point, right? So nevertheless, when we come now to the 4-hour time frame, to the 1-hour time frame, so we are able to see different perspective play out here. So we are seeing on this particular time frame, what we can be able to see here is price pushing up. Right, we see these price pushing up to this particular level where the price is at the moment. Okay, so what does that tell me? That the price is likely to come back again to this zone. Right, the price is likely to come back again to this particular zone, and if the price comes back to this level, I'll be looking at some selling opportunities from this particular zone. I believe the 15 minutes time frame, we might be able to see that very well. Okay, why? Because these are weak. Actually, these are where we have the OB because of this, but now this one has a very long wick, right? So the price is likely to push to this level before we see a push on the downside. Okay, before we see a push on the downside. All right, so this is a key level, but it's very long, as you can see this candle, but it's very, very, very long because of the wicks. I believe these were some effects of the news or something, right? So that's what I'll be looking at, right? So some selling opportunities around this level, and then pushing the prices on the downside, because here we have liquidity zone resting here. We have equal lows resting at this particular point. Okay, so, and NZD USD is very active during the Asian session. So we might see the price push up during this Asian session. As you can see, it has been pushing up. Then now we start seeing some, maybe the London session pushing higher. Because again, let me show you. You can see what the London session is doing here. this is the Asian high that has already been taken out. Okay, so if you're looking at it in short term, the reason why I'm saying once there is a likelihood of the price pushing to this level, because this tells us that today we might be bullish, right? Higher chances that today we might be bullish. So once it pushes this level, we look at some selling opportunities. Okay, but in case it retraces to some levels here, we can still also look at some buying opportunities here and splitting the price to push on the downside. Okay, so it depends whether you are a swing trader. If you're a swing trader, then this is the position to wait for some sales, right? So that you can swing them like you mean it, guys. But if you're a day trader, a retracement on this chart here to these levels can give some buying opportunities. Okay, all right, but that depends on how the price closes on this particular level. As you can see, we are seeing some liquidity run here. You see how that candlestick is closing. It's very important as well. So how that candlestick closes here really means a lot to us as traders. Okay, because this will be more of a liquidity run. I mean a sweep on liquidity. So a sweep on liquidities can also create some it can create some reversals in the market, higher chances. So meaning that now the price can continue pushing on the downside all the way to these particular levels that we were talking about. Okay, so but now how do we take our setup? So how we take our setup, once in case that happens, we want to see the price taking out these Asian lows, then we have a retracement, and then we have this, that kind of a push, right? Remember, you have to differentiate between run and sweep. A sweep on liquidity, like what is trying to portray here, basically means that higher chances the price is likely to reverse. You can see it was pushing up, so it's likely to reverse and sell. But when we have a run, it means that we are likely to continue with the same direction, right? We are likely to continue with the same direction. Okay, so that's how I'll position myself for NZD USD. I think this will be more active in the New York session now that the Asian session it's all done. Okay, so Asian highs, what does it mean? Asian high means the highs of the Asian session. You understand quickly. Do you understand we have different sessions? We have the Asian, we have the London, and we have the New York. So, and as you can see, they are labeled here. So the highest point the price reached during the Asian session is called the Asian high. The lowest point that the price reached during the Asian session is called the Asian low, right? So that's what it means, quickly. Okay, that's what it means for that, right? So that's what it means. So let's go back to gold, because I can see I've looked at all this. So there are some questions here. At what point do we wait for another chance on gold? Okay, so let's go to it and see at what point do we wait for another chance. At what point do we wait for another chance? So this is the 1 hour time frame. Like I've been saying, gold has really been consolidating. And in this consolidation, looking at yesterday or the previous days, you have seen that I've always focused more on buying opportunities. Why? Because this kind of consolidation gives a breakout on the upper direction, right? So we understand that. So if you understand that, therefore, when you come to these lower time frames, let me even go to the 5 minutes time frame or the 15 minutes time frame, whichever. So because these are key level here, right after the BOS, the price coming there, that's how we had our entry. So we are expecting the price to come all the way to this point. So how will I be able to get another entry, right? That is the biggest question in the room. So how to get another entry? The price has to create a BOS. Remember, maybe I can explain how I take my entries so that you can understand that. Okay, so this how I do my entries. I trade ICT order blocks. So high probability order block. How do you look for a high probability order block, Margaret? The first thing, there has to be a BOS. Okay, there has to be a BOS. That is a break of structure. Okay, so if there has to be a BOS, then once the BOS happens, therefore I want to come and look at where I have an order block. Let's say maybe that point, that's where I have an order block, a bullish order block. So this is displacement, creating a BOS, right? Then I want to wait for the price to retrace to that level. And then I look at my buying setup. And this is how my buy setup will look like here, like this. Targeting these highs, my stop loss slightly below the OB. And this is the same setup here, BOS, okay? I came here and marked my order block level. The price displaced all the way up as it created a BOS, then came back again to this level. And you see now the price is pushing up. The reason why I'm looking at these liquidities here, right? The reason I'm looking at these liquidities here, okay, this particular level. So that's very significant to understand. So if you understand that concept, then until we see another BOS, and then now we're able to mark the order block, that's when we are going to have another entry. I might not know when that might happen. I might not know precisely where it's going to happen. But if we see the price push above this level and the body of the candlestick close above that level, right? Something like that. So that will be enough for me for a BOS. Then now I'll be looking at the price retracing to an order block. Like I said, if that happens, then you can see this is the 5 minutes order block. Okay, very big, 100 pips. So I'll wait for the price to come to the mean threshold of this order block here. All right, so that now I can have my buy opportunity, because I can't buy here because that's quite a very high risk, right? That's really 100 pips is really quite high risk. So I'll wait for the price to come at least to the mean threshold of that particular order block, and then now I'll be able to look for a setup. Okay. Alternatively, if the price breaks below this point, this is an OB. So if price breaks below this level, that means we have a breaker block. It becomes a breaker block. The reason why don't be in a rush to delete order blocks levels, because once they are broken out, they are retested as breaker blocks. And then now you can be able to eyeball some cells. And cells here needs to be, you need to minimize your risk, because remember the pattern, the bigger pattern, the bigger chart pattern, we are looking at a potential what? Push on the upper direction. Okay, we are looking at a potential push on the upper direction. That is the bigger picture that we are seeing because of that kind of chart pattern. We have a bullish, all right? We have a bullish what? A bullish rectangle, because this is the level that the price has been consolidating. So this is a bullish rectangle. We were in an uptrend before the price did that. Okay, so meaning that we are looking at the break on the upper direction and continuing of the buys. All right. So the reason I'm saying, in case you're gonna sell, it must be very, very conservative, right? So if you're going to see the price break below this will be a breaker block, all right? This will be a breaker block. And then now we will be looking at the price pushing down, right? We'll be looking at some sales, right? Don't overdo your targets. It's just about 100 pips and you are out, right? Just about 100 pips and you are out, because again, you can see these also some levels that the price now has reacted severally from this point. If we are now to use the support logic, if you push it on that side besides there, right? So that's don't overdo your targets, just something realistic, right? Something realistic. Okay. So and again, even as you look at this being your breaker block, guys, remember you have to ask yourself, where is the price coming before breaking this level? And therefore, because it can break, right? It can break something, we can have something like that, and then the price pushing up like that to the OB. So you have to mark. The reason why now I mark from the highest point the price came from to the lowest level that the price reached here when it came to retest this level, and I see whether the price is whether in premium or discount. So if I'm looking for sales, the price has to retrace to the premium level, right? So if this breaker block is on the discount level, therefore it's not a high probability breaker block that you will look for for selling opportunities. You get my point? So I'll now be working with the order block that is in the premium level. So I'll wait for the price to come to the order block so that now I can sell. Okay, so if it taps here and goes and I don't sell because the breaker block is in discount, well and good, right? Because what I want to see is A plus setup, right? I'm concerned so much with the A plus setup, all right? So that's what I'm really looking at, building at. So do you have a Telegram account? No, I don't. Sorry. You done? Okay, thank you. I will mark and give them to you. So we have I don't have an nini. What we usually use is the Discord. So I'll share the link for the Discord. I can see someone in Discord at the morning team. Send me the link to the live market analysis. Oh my goodness. And it's slightly above the live trading link. Oh God, may you help us, God. Help us. Help us, oh God. Help us. Help us. So this is the link, right? That is the link to join the Discord. All we have is a Discord community. So I've shared the link there to join the Discord. So you can join our Discord community, where we do the live market analysis, right? Every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Thursday. That is via Scope Markets. And I think I'll be doing more of these, mostly on Fridays where we don't have sessions. We'll see how to incorporate these. I can even decide after analysis, we jump into a live trading session. Uh, I will see how God leads us. We will flow with that direction. So how many setups of position can one have at a time? As many as possible, as long as you're not risking more than 2% of your account in the cumulative positions. So you might have 4 position, meaning that each position you're risking 0.5, that is a total of 2%. In essence, you can have as many positions as possible as long as you don't violate the 2%. The total risk of all your position should never exceed 2% of your account. Okay, so kindly analyze GU. All right, kindly analyze GU. Okay, so let's look at GU. GBP, USD. So this is GU, right? So like I said, I rarely look at them, but yeah, so this is GU. So when you look at GU, this first of all is the weekly. Let me also peep on the monthly because I'm looking at something here. So when you look at the monthly time frame, the price has that BOS, and this tells me that on the monthly time frame, we are somehow looking at, in case the price comes back to this level, for some buying position here. All right, just want you to work with me so that you can understand what I'm doing. Okay, so we have already seen the price already taking out the previous monthly high, right? That has been taken out, actually a sweep on that. Remember we said a sweep is likely to push the prices more further downside. Okay, so where do we have obvious liquidity? See on the monthly, that, but still we still have this monthly low. Okay, remember these are currency pairs anyway. You might realize from this point to this point you're talking about 516 pips, right? So this is the previous monthly low, but this is also where we have some obvious liquidities. Or maybe let me draw these using a different color so that we don't get confused. So I will mark it like that, and the reason why I'll mark it like that is because I'll be looking at something potential, something like that. That level is very key. The moment we see the price break this level, we will have that M pattern, and then we see the price drop all the way to that point. See my thinking, right? So let's come back again to the 1 hour, I mean the weekly time frame. So when you look at the weekly time frame, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at some selling opportunities. That's obvious, right? We have that POS. Then we have this being our OB, right? You see this order block, this last buy candle, it's what gives us our OB. But now because of this week, we have to factor right? We have to factor maybe our stop loss being somewhere there because of this week, right? But we will minimize that on the daily time frame. Don't you worry. So we already see the price respecting the weekly order block and pushing on the downside, meaning that here someone could have been in some selling positions, right? So then we come to the daily time frame, and now on the daily time frame you see the price, what the price is doing, right? You see what the price is doing here on the weekly time frame. Okay, so here remember this is the weekly level, so we can push that to that, and then we can have that. Okay, so see what the price is doing here. When the price was pushing up, remember this simple price action structure, right? The structure. Okay, let me even delete this a bigger part of this. So what are we seeing in this structure? Higher highs, higher lows, right? That's what we are seeing there. Still the price came there, created a low, then pushed up, created an high, then pushed down, then that, then that. Okay, so with that, what are you seeing here? A change of character. Remember, this is the daily time frame, meaning that the price is doing what? Pushing on the downside. Very simple. Remember, we said this year we are keeping it KISS. Keep it simple and stupid, right? Keep it simple and stupid, right? Very simple. Don't overcomplicate. So now we can see what we are looking at is now the price. We have that, right? We have that change of character there. So we have it like that. Actually there, that's where the change of character happened. Okay, you can see that on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, almost that point. So let me show you that there. All right, that particular point, actually a shift in market structure, right? Because we have that, then that, then now that. That's where we have a shift of market structure. So where is likely? So now apart from that, also if you put it now here, you see a BOS now there, right? Apart from now the shift of market structure or the reversal, we see that particular level. So that level basically tells us that now once we have that BOS, the price can retrace to this point where we have that engulfing, right? Then we have that 4-hour level. Okay, so this is the level here, the 4-hour level. Even on the 4-hour time frame, we have it that we can actually minimize it as there where we have that engulfing. Okay, so what I'm looking at is the price pushing back to this level. Okay, I'm looking at a retracement to this level, and then we short this thing like never before, right? So of course our first target will be some, remember the bigger picture actually is the price coming to this level. I think that's where we got those that key level here, right here on the weekly time frame. Remember, that's the bigger picture, right? That is the bigger picture that we are looking at. So once the price comes to that particular zone, right? Once the price comes to this particular zone, therefore what we'll be looking at is just a minute. What we'll be looking at is looking at some selling opportunities around these levels. That's why we'll be looking at some selling opportunities there. Okay, at around this particular point, we'll be looking at some selling opportunities, waiting for the price to come to that levels. Of course, that, right? This, do you see what I'm marking? Where we have liquidity resting, right? And finally now this. So here we can actually even use this one here. You can use that. Okay, so these are the levels that you might consider maybe taking partials, because I am one person who believes that even if you are swinging it like you mean it, of course it's not a guarantee that the price will reach your destination. So you can be taking partials, right? You can be taking partials, uh, putting your stop loss at break even, putting your stop loss at entry, and such kind of things, right? Okay, so just a minute. Just a minute. Respond to this person. Just a minute, I respond to this. So you have to pay yourself something, because the price can come to this level and then it reverses, right? So you have to check on that. All right, so the price can come to this level, and then now we look at some selling opportunities. So that's why I'll be hunting my sales. That's why you should hunt. Of course, I'll not be selling because I don't trade this. So these are levels that you really want to look at some sales opportunities, and of course, taking partials as the price keeps on pushing. So that's my view for GBP USD. Someone talked about GTL analysis. I don't know what is GRT. Prince Kobe, you typed GRT. I don't know what is GLT. I've not seen such a currency. Okay, you have joined late. Okay. EU, I think we had already analyzed EU. So the price is about to the level of re-entry, right? So we can watch that. The price coming to this level. Let me actually adjust that using like that, like that, and then we have like that. That will be perfect, because the reason why that will be perfect, thank you, the reason why that one will be perfect is because you see, this is where we have a BOS, right? This is where we have a BOS, so the price is likely to come to this OB, right? That's why we have an OB, so the price is likely to come to this level here, around that particular zone. That will be a perfect level to look at some entries, right? So some sales opportunities for Euro USD, because of this displacement here, because of the news. Of course, after the news, the price has to retrace and feel that, and then now we see a push on the downside. Okay, so that's what we said about Euro USD. Hi team, if price retraces back to entry on ZAU, can we take one position as second entry, or it won't be high probability? Mike, that won't be high probability, right? That won't be high probability, because remember what we said. Once the level is tested, the first time, the second time is not a probability, it's not high probability. Okay, so that will, if it comes here, this level will not be high probability. We just want to have a fresh zone. Okay, we just want to have a fresh zone. Okay, so that's how ICT works, very fresh zone. The second time is 50-50. 50-50 is gambling, right? So you don't want to gamble, you want high probability setup. So hi team, you stopped posting on WhatsApp channel. Oh my goodness, I had a WhatsApp channel. Wow, 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 wow. I'll revisit that. I'll revisit that. Actually, I had a WhatsApp channel. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me check that WhatsApp channel. Let me check that channel right away. WhatsApp channel. Let me check it. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I had a channel. I had a channel. I had a channel. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me check. Let me check. I think I should resume posting there, even if it's educational content and more of this stuff. Okay. Just a minute, guys. I show you that. Yeah, I had a channel, guys. I had a channel, right? I had a channel. So this is the channel. I had a channel here. This is the channel. So it's a public one anyway. It's a public one. I think I had 42 followers. But I had posted a lot of information anyway, only that these it cannot be able to retrieve on desktop. But it's a Team Forex Traders Launch, TFTL. You can search it. I think I'll resume. Thanks for reminding me. I'll resume doing that. So it's Team Forex Traders Launch. If you go to WhatsApp and type that on the channel box, you'll be able to see that. Okay, you'll be able to see that. So thanks for reminding me, Mercy. Please look on GBP NZD and NZD GBP card, right? So let's look on that and see the price now is very slow. All right, you are not seeing those moves. You can see for gold, it's actually even consolidating at this point. You can see so some bit slow moves, but I'm still anticipating the price coming to these levels. GBP, GBP, NZD. Going to wind at about 12. That's when we are going to wind up, and then I will see. Can we do an live trading, another one in the New York session? Can we? But in the New York session, we have the space, but we can still do. Just share the chart, try to look at setups. Can we? How many will show up? If we had another one, how many will show up in the New York session? Right, because I'm splitting some moves on the New York session. Okay, so this is the GBP and ZD. This is the monthly time frame. We are very bullish, right? You can see the monthly time frame here. We are very bullish, here on the monthly time frame. Okay, very bullish. Let me show you, very bullish on the monthly time frame. We are looking at some bullish sentiments. Okay, so that's a trend line that has been holding prices all the way up to that particular point. Then we have the weekly. Remember, I trade ICT. I don't do the trend lines. They only plot the trend lines or support and resistance when I'm looking at some cues in terms of where the price is likely to go. Okay, so when I look at these, then I see some obvious levels there, some liquidity levels there, right? Then when I come to these time frame, the daily time frame, so even on the weekly time frame, we are still bullish, right? We are still looking at bullish, only that now the price is consolidating at this level, right? So on the daily time frame, what are we seeing on the daily time frame? So here we are seeing some signs of reversal, right? Because this is the highest point as the price was pushing up. Here you can see this is the highest point, so we are likely to see probably retracement of prices. We see some downward push, and this is where the price is coming to that particular point. We have that level where the closest, we are marking the levels closest to the price. We come to the 4-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame now we can have that, right? You can see we can have that level on the 4-hour time frame, that zone on the 4-hour time frame. So this is the zone that I'll really look at the price coming to this level, and then now some buying opportunities. Okay, some buying opportunities, right? Some buying opportunities from that particular level. When the price comes to this zone, it will likely to give us some sells. All right, this zone is for selling because you are anticipating some reversals even on this 4-hour time frame. When you look at this particular level, right, when you look at this particular level, we have a shift of market structure. This is the lowest point because this is the highest point. Then price coming here, not breaking below, pushing up, not breaking above. So now what we have here is a shift in market structure. So, and you can see a lot of liquidity. So I'm anticipating the price to come to this level, and then now look at some sells from this particular zone. Okay, look at some selling opportunities from that particular zone. Maybe probably targeting the price to come to that level, something like that. Okay, so we fine tune that on 1-hour time frame. You can see what's happening. So again, these are basically the same level. So yeah, it's just a matter of minimizing the risk, right? Matter of minimizing the risk there. working with that, and working with that. So that will be a very good selling opportunities, because we are seeing some pressure for the price pushing on the downside. Okay, and the price coming to these particular levels. So it's a pair that you can monitor. Right now it's not ripe. All right, it's not ripe, so let's monitor and see what happens, because you can see these push on the downside. It's really, the price is really pushing, really pushing, really pushing on the downside. So what might happen, what you're seeing here is these the Asian lows. We have a sweep on liquidities there, so we might see the price push back again, like I said, to these levels, and then now we will be eyeballing some cells. We'll be eyeballing some cells. Okay, we'll be eyeballing some cells. Okay, so I can see guys are very, yeah, they will join. Okay, I'll see about that. So I'll post another, I'll schedule another one for the New York session. All right. So which will begin, we do it at 4. Okay, we can do it at 4, because we have a space session today, 3 to 4 p.m. So immediately we are done with the space, we jump into the New York session. Actually, it begins at 4 because of the daylight savings, right? So we can do that. We can do that, guys. I got you. So let's. So that's what I'm anticipating here. That's what I'm anticipating here. So yeah, that is NZD, GBP NZD. Then let's look at GBP card, right? GBP card. You might realize some pairs might not really show entries at the moment, so you have to mark those levels and keep monitoring. So the same sentiments even for this one, even without going to the lower time frames. I'll be waiting for the price, even without going to the higher time frames. I'll be waiting for the price to come here for me to short. Very obvious, right? Like that. But again, don't assume the obviousness. I was just marking that we will still go to the higher time frames, right? Don't be, how will I put it? Don't be so much familiar with these setups, and then you end up ignoring risk management rules, right? Or you end up ignoring your rules. What do I mean? Because you're anticipating the price to come here to sell, someone might say, let me buy so that it can come here, then I sell. No, that is becoming too much familiar with these. And you know, when you become too much familiar, things might not augur well. Let me give you, like I've always told you guys, I draw so much from the Bible. And the Bible, you know, the story of the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant was in Eli's house, right? And uh, there are those who are carried the Ark of the Covenant, the sons of Eli. There was Phineas and someone else. So they got so much used to the Ark of the Covenant, such that even the presence of God being with them, because of the aspect of the Ark of the Covenant, it did not help them. So we saw Phineas and his brother die when carrying that the Ark of the Covenant. Then all of a sudden, we hear. All of a sudden, we hear once Eli was told that his two sons have died. Also, Eli dies immediately after receiving the news. Right. So you see what familiarity can do. Familiarity, when we become too much familiar, um, they became too much familiar with the presence of God, such that it did not help them. They all had to die. God had to make sure that they all die. But later on, we see the wife of Eli bearing a son, and this son is called Ichabod. Ichabod basically meaning glory has departed from Israel, right? So in short, let me not change from trading to preaching, but I relate so much. I borrow so much from the scriptures. So don't be so much familiar and start telling yourself, it's obvious the price is going to come here so that you can sell. So let me take some buying opportunities. No, just be patient and wait for the price to come here, and then now you sell. Okay. I believe you're learning, guys. I believe you're learning. Okay. So So I told you this 2026, if you're not born again, you'll become born again by fire by force. We must evangelize even as we trade, okay? Because it's a fact. It's a fact. That's what keeps us pushing on. So you see these on the daily time frame. This is the weekly time frame. So we see it was very bullish, right? The price looked very bullish here. And then we are seeing the price retrace, but again, it's a key level. Remember, this is a key level. We have an OB here, all an engulfing. See this? These are bullish engulfing. Okay, these are bullish engulfing. Let me mark for you. That's a bullish engulfing. So the price tapping the bullish engulfing. Now we are seeing a rejection. Okay, so when you come to the daily, so on the daily, what we are seeing here, we had that consolidation, then we see the price pushing up. So this is a BOS. That's a BOS. Whichever you call it, the price has taken out liquidities there. I think it's much visible on the 4-hour time frame. When you mark it on the 4-hour time frame, see, like that. But again, also, you see what we have on this particular level. So we have that. So the price has really been undermined, or this level has really been a support level for prices. But what do we see? The price came several times. The price has been rejecting this level. We see first time, second time, third time, fourth time, the fifth time we see the breakout, and now the price, this now the breakouts that I was telling you. So if you look at this high and this low, so you still see this retest is within the discount level, so you don't sell on discount. So the reason why I'll wait for the price to push higher. All right, so to come to the premium levels, and in the premium level, I'll be looking for a key point of interest. What do we have there? An OB. This is the OB we have there, right? Which I can also mark as an engulfing. So I'll be looking at the price to come to this level, and then boom, I'll be looking for selling opportunities, this level, right? That one now we were able to minimize it on the 1-hour time frame. That something like that. Okay, something like that. So that will be my setup. That will be my setup for GBP card. That will be my setup for GBP card. Okay. So believe I've done that. So yes, I'll be. I can see we'll be there. I'll show up, no doubt. Lazima tutafute scalp ya weekendi. We'll join. Great. Hi team. On Zao at the price of 45.96. Okay. On the price of 45.96.10 at 9:30 am. Will that apply as a BOS? At a price of 9:30. Are you talking about New York time? 9:30, 9:30, 9:30, 9:30. Why is 9:30? You're talking of which time? Today is Kenyan time? Kamau? Trevi? Trevi? Didn't get, me operating New York time. So when you tell me 9:30 a.m., we are yet to be 9:30 a.m. We are at 3 p.m. New York time, 3 a.m. New York time. So you see local time. So 9:30 local time. Now let me convert now back. Right now we are 11:36, so 11:30. So that will be 2 hours, 10:30, 9:30, 2 hours behind. So that will be 1:30. So what happened here? This is not a BOS. This was a run on liquidity, right? This was a run on liquidity. It's not a BOS. A BOS, the body of the candlestick has to close below, right? It has to close below. So it's not a BOS here, it's a run on liquidity. Where we can say we have a BOS is this level, right? This is the BOS. There we have a BOS because this second candlestick, the buy candlestick here, was able to close above, right? It was able to close above this point. So we have that, a BOS there, okay? So my session, all right, I can see YouTube better, please, I'll show up. Yes, I'll do via YouTube, I'll show up. Right, so yeah, So that's what we are having, guys. Let's monitor those setups, and I believe majority of the setups also will come in the New York session. I believe we'll get some entries in the New York session. This session we began by gold. I'm still holding that, having taken partials. My stop loss at break even. So let's chill and see what is going to transpire. Right? Let's chill and see what is going to transpire in the New York session. We'll be all together here to trade together at 4 p.m. I think 1 hour will be now 4 to 5, and then we're done. Okay, 4 to 5, and then we are done. So thank you, guys. Having no any other question, thank you so much. This video will still be there, right? This video still be there. So if you didn't mark those zones, you can go rewatch it. You'll get it under the channel there. You'll be able to see. You'll be able to see the video there. Let me show you, because I know. Also for the beginners, because I know some beginners have really been asking me a lot of questions in terms of learning. Okay. Hmm. So when you come to YouTube channel, this is my YouTube channel. Of course, now me I'll view as yes, like that. So you can see this one is showing you live. So if you're a beginner, this is how you need to navigate through this channel, right? So you come to courses. We have a free beginners course. Okay. So then you click view course. So you need to study from the first episode to the last episode in that order. Having studied that, that doesn't mean you have cracked the code. It doesn't mean that now you have become a professional trader. No, this is just giving the basic understanding. So once you have that basic understanding, then now come back to the here we have some playlist, right? So come then the next one, the forex tutorial strategies. This is where I teach different strategies, what I trade, how I trade, the high CT. I also had some videos on supply and demand because I used to do that. So you check that. Okay. We have a lot of something that you can be able to see, a lot of tutorials there in that playlist. And then now you can start now looking at maybe probably the psychology. We have the trading psychology. We have a playlist on risk management, and this is more of a motivation. All right, basically to motivation and discipline series. That's why I post. I was thinking to replace this Gold Rush daily with a live YouTube trading session. So I'll still see how to go about it, because again, I don't want to bore you with a lot of videos within a day. So I want to give you some time. Once I post, you have some time to learn something. Okay. So that's how you can be able to navigate in this channel for you to be able to get some value. All right. So I also do some bits of crypto. It's long since I did some crypto, but I'll be doing that again. I'll look at where the price is going. We can see so far so good. Bitcoin is back to 90. It had pushed all the way up to 90 something pips, right? It had pushed all the way, I mean, to around 97. So you're seeing some signs there of the price pushing on the upper side. So that's how you can be able to navigate there. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and you put on the notification bell so that you don't really miss on that. Okay. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Rita, for the support. Thanks everyone for the support. I really love you so much. I believe you are gaining a lot of value. What I can tell you guys, remember, Rome was not built on one day, so don't expect to achieve success within a day or within a week. Just keep pressing on. Where you have some difficulties, inbox me. I'll be able to guide you. Get to me, reach out to me. I've shown you my channel. Just reach out to me. I'll be able to help you. I believe nobody who has reached out to me and I've not been able to help, right? I've always responded to all your comments. I've always addressed to all your concern. And one of my goals, actually, I will no longer be charging, right? Looking forward such that I'll no longer be charging for any private sessions. I'll be sharing everything for free via my YouTube channel. because the key goal is for us to get the information. I might charge $300 for you to learn forex, but someone might not have $300, but they have these $50 that they can get the knowledge deposit and being able to change their lives. Okay, so henceforth, I'm not doing anything uh, for charging guys, but that again doesn't mean that you run all to me because now I'm doing it for free. I'll be so much overwhelmed. What I can do is that I'm posting that information on my YouTube channel so that you can take it from there. But if you feel that you need some personal guidance again, feel free to reach out. Okay, feel free to reach out and I'll be able to assist you guys. All right, so because freely it was given, freely I give. All right, so thank you so much. The link to the, I've not seen the link for the space. Yes, I will share it in my channel. I mean, in the Discord announcement, I'll share it after this, so you'll be able to see it, Mike Masharia. You'll be able to see the link there, right? So, with that being said, thank you so much. Make sure we meet in afternoon. I will schedule it. You'll be able to see it in a few. I'll share the link once scheduled, and then I'll the link for the Discord as I the link for the space. You can get it in our Discord, in our X space, that is Scope Markets Kenya in via X, but I'll still share it, right? I'll still share it once it's there. Right, so thank you so much, guys. Have yourself a wonderful time. Let's meet at 4 p.m. Kenyan time for our New York session. Let's come psyched up and hoping to get some good entries. And thanks so much, and see you all. I love you so much. Bye bye.